Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is a digital asset space. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to each and every one of you. I'm excited for you. Why? Because you're an early adopter in this new asset class that is a digital asset space. The digital asset space, guys. Look, the market is doing what the market does. We'll go over that. We got an update from Ron Hammond. I'm going to cover that real quick. Yeah, doing another upload here, just kind of for some time saver. I got a bunch of stuff to do before 1:30 Central Time. 1:30 Central Time. So I got to get here, get it done for you guys. But I did want to share this real quick. I participated in a liquidity generation event on the Phantom ecosystem by Byte Mason. I'll talk about that a little bit, share it with you guys what that is all about. Just again, for me, just wanted to participate more in the Phantom ecosystem, bought an NFT, bidded on another NFT in the Phantom space on PaintSwap. Uh-oh, what happened? Just to get familiar with what's going on over there. I don't know what happened there. So yeah, I'm gonna do that for sure. Let me share my screen here. Share. Let's go over here to CoinGecko. The market, guys, look, it's doing what it's doing what it does. Blockchain Becker has a video out today. I'm sure he's going to talk about it. But on 24 hours, it's down 4.6%. It's currently at 1.77 trillion on CoinGecko. What's he going to do? Got all this madness going on right now with Russia and the Ukraine. You know how that is. We'll see how the market responds to it. It did dip pretty low. It's back to $37,535 for Bitcoin, but it's down 11% on the 7-day, almost 12%. And the dominance is still at 40%. So again, for me, until that Bitcoin dominance gets in the mid 30s, it's not really going on to really pay attention to. Ethereum is $2,500 and XRP is 69 cents currently. Yeah, so that market again doing what it does. Avalanche $72, Terra Luna $52, Solana $84. Yeah, what is Phantom right now? Dollar and change for Phantom. Yep, $1.55. I really got to figure out what I'm going to do with my Convex Finance holdings there. Like, what should I do? V change at 4 cents. Elron is at $148. Double figure reds everywhere you look, guys. EOS, Pancake Swap, Aave, doesn't matter. It is doing what it does. The ups and downs, the ebbs and flow in the market. So yeah, red everywhere. If you guys from 39, if you have to participate in the market, oh, my Convex, poor Convex is down 20%, $20 for Convex right now. So yeah, the market, guys, doing what the market does. Curve is $2.34. So yeah, just crazy what's going on. I mean, it's great to have liquidity positions, perhaps even staking if you're staking. And obviously, if you're in things like Curve and Convex, you can earn some cash flow, keep that cash flow up while things are going on. Shout out to Songbird. I just found out the APY on Celsius is 5.5%. On Celsius, cool. I'm going to do more delegating, however, and really look for the Celsius X to launch into DeFi on Polygon in partnership with Polygon. I think that's where the big time action for Celsius, the game changer for Celsius, is going to take place. Let's go over this from Ron Hammond. This week in Congress, with Congress in recess this week and DC hyper focused on the Ukraine situation, it will be a slower week for crypto. However, staff are actively still working on legislation and hearings, which brings me to the topic of staff engagement. Just real quick here, congressional staff are essential to the operation in all things Congress, while the roles of these staffers varies. Typically, there is one person designated as a crypto person for congressional committees. There are more, but personal offices usually have one. Usually it is the financial services staffer who covers crypto, which is important because many of these staffers are involved in a wide variety of issues like housing, banking, credits, venture, sanctions, vetting, nominees, and oversight financial regulators. It's important to provide this content because even when the narrow policy portfolios these staffers have, it is a lot of ground to be read in on. This is particularly challenging in crypto policy, given how rapidly the news cycle and global regulatory landscape move. However, it is imperative that these staffers stay up to date on all things crypto, especially where there are large-scale issues taking a majority of the members of Congress' time. This year are a lot of big ticket items, including Ukraine, SCOTUS, whatever that is, and an election year. Being a staffer is a thankless job. Got it. All right. Many staffers utilize news publications, Twitter, Discord frequently to stay up to speed. This helps them understand issues like the infrastructure bill, stables, SEC enforcement actions, DeFi, DAOs, and NFTs. Even though these staffers work for members not constantly involved in crypto policy or anti-crypto, it is important to understand these staffers work for the member. They may not hold the same views as their boss and should be treated respectively and as an opportunity. There's a noticeable trend of crypto having some more of a generational divide rather than a partisan divide. There are several reasons for this, and much comes from time committed to learning various policy issues. There are multiple efforts to assist this hill education. For those actively engaged on those issues, they still welcome opportunities to educate themselves and their peers on these issues through briefings, presentations, and engagement with the industry. While their names may not be on the door of the office, their role is crucial. While some staffers aren't too active or public facing on Twitter, several of them are, and it is good to highlight them in their work. Here are a few great ones to be aware of, and he mentioned some of the people here, right? And so let me do this. Tasha.sol, interesting. Okay. I will make sure that I follow. Let me do this. Follow. Where I follow. A senior policy advisor specializing in fintech and crypto policy in Congress, working to build innovation, or Francesco Costella. Cool. Warren Davidson, baseball, F1 fan, pilot. All right, that's a good one. Tim White. And Landon Zinda. Okay. Yeah, so I wanted to kind of point that out to you guys because, again, we know all the stuff that's kind of going on is really, really crazy. But the end goal is definitely, to get it done, in my opinion, to make things move, it has to start in Congress. So establish a relationship with the staffers. Obviously, we participate in the decentralized PAC. We really like that PAC, and Ron kind of keeps us updated on that PAC and other things as well. So that is important because to me, that's where, eventually the moves that need to be made are going to take place in Congress. So establishing, again, those relationships with Congress, I think, is absolutely massive. So thank you, Ron, for sharing. And you should kind of point out, though, they're going to be busy, but they are willing to be engaged. And just because you may or may not see them on Twitter doesn't mean that they are not, in fact, engaged. On that channel, we talk all the time, hashtag Gary Gensler is not your friend. And Charles Hoskinson of Cardano seems to agree with us as well. I'm going to let you listen to a video that is just kind of, he's pointing out the madness that takes place at the SEC. I guess he was doing a live stream and answering some questions. Shout out to CryptoEri. Hope you were doing well, miss, who shared this. Shared this video with you guys, and then I'm going to end on this liquidity generation event, which is essentially protocol-owned liquidity, PLL, on the Phantom ecosystem or within the Phantom ecosystem. So Chase, I said it from the beginning about hashtag Gary Gensler is not your friend. And I'll say it again. When someone is privately selected as opposed to publicly elected. There's going to be some dealings going on there, most likely. And it is very, very obvious that a guy who comes from Goldman Sachs and, partners and, 100+ million, he's not looking out for the new financial system. So they, quote unquote, put him where they need him. And in return, again, political aspirations. Yeah, we'll help you out with that. It's very, very obvious, and it is very, very, very clear. Why? Because he's got his, you got to think about it. He's got his 100+ million or so. Why is he looking to help this new financial right? Why would he look to do that? So, yeah, it's just not great. It's just not great. And it was another one that I may want to share with you guys, where they were talking about what's going on. And Kramer was actually in on this one here. Let's listen to this one first.
Accusing the SEC of leaking information from a federal probe, tweeting, quote, "This is just peeling back the first layer of the corruption onion. Stay tuned." Of course, last week I had more choice words for the SEC.
Hold on, let me do this again.
Elon Musk accusing the SEC of leaking information from a federal probe, tweeting, quote, "This is just peeling back the first layer of the corruption onion. Stay tuned." Of course, last week I had more choice words for the SEC, Jim, accusing them of trying to thwart his right to free speech.
Yeah, I think that it's just not worth tangling with the SEC. Elon is doing such a great job. It's just, I totally understand. I know Mark Cuban at one point tussled with him on a different issue, but they're just not worth picking on. It just doesn't get you anywhere. So he's a great man. It's just my own advice that stay focused.
It's the same thing to the SEC, by the way, though. They're doing all these weird rulemaking for hedge funds and disclosure. It's weird to me. A lot in crypto and so many things where we're still waiting.
Yes, and a lot of people feel that he's off the reservation.
Yes,
I don't, but he's.
A lot of people feel he's off the reservation. Why is that? Look, this dude is 1000% biased towards the incumbents. He was put there, and again, I challenge you to challenge me on that. This dude was put there to protect their interests, period. Period. And you look at the current administration, if there's any wealth there in the current POTUS position, if there's wealth there, where was it established, created, maintained, established? Crypto? The fourth industrial revolution? Who are his pals, if you will? If you will. Yeah, and Congress is very, very much in tune with the fact that they were hoodwinked and bamboozled by hashtag Gary Gensler is not your friend. I thought I paused this, but I guess I did.
An issue, but they're just not worth picking on. It just doesn't get you anywhere. So I think he's a great man. It's just my own advice that stay focused.
it's the same thing to the SEC, by the way, though. They're doing all these weird potential rulemaking for hedge funds and disclosure. It's weird to me. A lot in crypto and so many things where we're still waiting.
Yes, and a lot of people feel that he's off the reservation.
Yes,
I don't, but he's in common phases. He's really going full bore on a lot of issues that don't really.
Gensler, I know he is on stuff like these are sophisticated investors in these funds. Why has this become such an obsession?
I think I'm gonna have to get to the bottom of that because it doesn't make sense.
Get to the bottom of it because it doesn't make sense. Yeah, we'll see, Jim Cramer. We'll see if you'll get to the bottom of that. Pretty simple. And it's definitely obvious that it doesn't make sense. Last video here on hashtag Gary Gensler. It's just not your friend. This is Charles Hoskinson. Take a listen to Charles on the SEC today.
Look what they say in court. And Charles, how do you feel about the SEC's flip-flop on their position on the Hammond opinion speech? So, what they say in public, what they say in court. It's two different things. I remember Giuliani doing this. We have evidence that Trump's election was fraudulent. Biden cheated. It was the great con. Or they go to the judge, and the judge says, "Well, do you have any evidence of fraud?" No. Smart. Come on. They got a case to win, and so they're moving a little bit. But the unintended or intended consequence is that they've gone from clarity to anti-clarity. It's not fair as a regulator to tell an industry one thing, but then to reverse course and say, "Well, we didn't really mean it." It's just not fair. If it's a personal opinion, you issue a statement after the fact. If you can't get them to retract it there, to say this was just a personal opinion, it does not reflect the opinion of the agency. But you can't just let it ride, let opinions be written on it, and have the industry push forward, and then change your mind because it's convenient for a particular enforcement case that you're doing. But we've noticed this with this particular government, at all levels of this particular government, different branches of this government, where they say one thing, they do another thing, and whatever is politically convenient, they do. It's not good leadership. It's not how prior administrations ran things on both sides of the aisle, and it's just hurtful to everybody. And it's not a partisan thing. It's just a clarity thing. When you're in an industry, you'd like to know what the rules are, but if the rules are ever changing and undiscernible, or are staged in a way where it's impossible to comply, so you're regulated out of existence, it's pretty crazy. It's almost Kafka-esque. You must have a license to do business, but you can't get a license to do the business. But then when you ask about it, you're told get a license to do the business. It makes no sense. And it's just not how you compete. And it's how you damage a $2 trillion industry.
There it is in a nutshell. Nicely done, my friend. Nicely done, Charles. Nicely done. Well said on a very, very, very huge point. And the Congress is slow moving on this. Again, you got to get it. You got to get it to move. If you want things to move faster, we all have to be able to participate in our own small way until the PACs, until the lobbyists. Unfortunately, that is just the way it is. And if it's a pocket thing, if it's a PAC thing, the size of the PAC that's influencing or allowing Congress to move slowly, if you will. Well, we get it. We get it. We get it. This is the fourth industrial revolution, right? This is someone speaking into the ear of Congress. We get it. This is the fourth industrial revolution. We get it. But can you give us some time to catch up? Can you give us some time to catch up? You see that? That's the deal. You think the JP Morgans and the Goldman Sachs of the world, the State Streets of the world are not going to participate in the next fourth industrial revolution? Of course they are. They're just vying for time to catch up. The biggest threat, and guys, look, the biggest threat to them is not freaking a layer 2 solution, right? The biggest threat to them is RippleNet, ODL, cross-border transactions, a new financial, a settlement time in 3 seconds at a cost of 0.0001 or one whatever of a penny. Move any value of any value. That's what David Schwartz says. Move anything of value for any amount of money in 3 to 5 seconds at a cost of 0.0001. Well, that is the threat to the financial system, guys. That's the threat. It's not the awesome arbitrum or optimism. No, it is that. Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. So guys, look, I did participate in this. Want to share this real quick. I participated in this OTHLGE liquidity generation event. It's on oath.sale. I bought an NFT. I spent a little bit. It's going to last for 2 or 3 days. I think it started the 21st. Just to participate in the ecosystem. I did my homework on this, and I wanted to participate, right? I wanted to participate. If you're considering it, they got this thing called low low permission or low something, which essentially, when you first go to oath.sale, it's for the big players. If you click on the bottom of that, it's something that says low permissions or something like that. That's, you can put small amounts of money in there. That's what I did with my Phantom. You had to wrap the Phantom. That's what I did with my wrap Phantom. I bought an NFT on PaintSwap. Go through this thread here. If you see this, you can go through this thread. Byte Mason, Samson, and it gives you a place where you can find NFTs if you want to do that. Then you can go to these NFTs here. I went and got binary punks. I got a binary punk here, which I was really, really, really excited about that. And that's not the one I got. There it is right here. Look at that, bro, man, right there. Binary punks, I got that just to be able to participate, which I thought was pretty cool. And $50 or so. Spent like $50 to do so, so that wasn't too bad, right? So that's it on the word on the street. If you got any questions or anything like that about this, please comment, and I will definitely look at the comments because I do check the comments out, and I'll help you out with that. Again, I think the Phantom ecosystem is a big time sleeper in my humble opinion. All right, guys, look, I'm going to end this video like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this, that old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather that we remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know. The battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.